Hi guys, so this is the next finance lecture on the topic of expected return. Till now we had understood what is expected return is. Now it is the time when we should understand about the practicalities of this topic. So here we are given with the question. The outcomes are 6, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and the probability of getting the return for any of the investment is, for outcome it might be 0.2, that is a 20%, for outcome 2 it is 10%, outcome 3 is 30%, 4 is 20%, and for 5 and 6 it is 10%. So in order to check the validity of the question, the summation of the probability of all the outcomes should be the maximum to 100% or 1. So 0.2 plus 0.1 is 0.3, then plus 0.3 is 0.6, plus 0.2 is 0.8, plus 0.1 is 0.9, and then again 0.1 if we add to it is finally 1, right? So now if we look up to the return, we can see if outcome 1 comes as a result, so the return might be 20%, right? And if outcome 2 comes, which has the probability of 10% to be as a result, the return could be in a negation of 10%. For outcome 3, return is 30% is to be expected. For return 4, it's loss of 20%. For return 5 or the outcome 5, it is 30%, and for outcome 6, the return is expected to be 20%. So in the last theory class, I have explained about the meaning of expected return, types of return. Like expected return is basically the return which an investor expects from his investment before doing the investment, right? And realized return or the actual return is the return which he actually gets from his investment. So before investing somewhere, an investor always thinks that what investment's return he is going to earn, what probability of return he is expecting from his investment, then only he tries to invest in some of the securities, right? So the formula for expected return is summation of xi into pi. Xi stands for return and the pi stands for probability. So we have to do nothing. It is a very simple concept. Just multiply the return, individual return to individual probability. That is 0.2 into 0.2. This comes out to be 0.04. 0.1 into negation of 0.1. This gives negation of 0.01. Right? Then is 0.3 into 0.3, this gives 0.09. Then is 0.2 multiplied by negation of 0.2, it will give negation of 0.04. Then fifth outcome is 0.1 into 0.3, this gives 0.03 as a return for the outcome 5. And last for outcome 6 is probability is 0.1, that is there are 10% chances that outcome 6 will be your actual return. So that return will be 0.2. So if we multiply the probability of outcome 6 with the return of outcome 6, it is going to be 0.02, right? So what we have to do, now we are trying to find the expected return on an average, what amount of return you are going to get, because any of the 6 can come, right? If any of the 6 can come, then I have to consider the negative part also, that is the loss part also, and the positive part also. That means the investor has to understand and has to take into consideration all the aspects which might come in his investments, right? So what I am going to do is, I am going to add all the expected returns which have been multiplied by its probability from its individual return, and I am going to sum it up, right? So 0.4 plus my in brackets minus of 0.01, then is 0.09, then is minus of 0.04, then is 0.03, and last is 0.02, right? So if we do the summation of this, the outcome would be 0.04 plus 0.09 plus 0.03 plus 0.02 minus 0.01 and minus 0.04. That is 13%, right? Or we can say it is 0.13 in decimal form, and in the percentage form it is 0.13. So if an investor invests in this type of security, right, in this security if he wants to invest, then an average expected return will be 13%, right? So I hope this topic is very clear to you, right? Let's do one more example for this, right? We have these questions with us. So if we talk about this question, we have 7 outcomes, right? And if you have 7 outcomes, and I'm having the probability of 7 outcomes over here and the individual returns over here, right? Now let's start doing this question again, right? Let us make a table, right? So now we can see the probability is 0.1 multiplied by 0.2, right? That is 0.02, right? Then is 0.1 into 0.3 is 0.03, right? Then is 0.2 into 0.5, this is going to be 0.1, right? Then is fourth is 0.2 into negation of 0.3, this is negation of 0.06, right? Then is 0.1 into 0.2, this is 0.02. 6 is 0.1 into negation of 0.3, this is going to be minus of 0.03, and last is 0.2 into 0.2, this is going to be 0.04, right? We have done this, okay? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 outcomes के लिए हमने we have find out the individual expected return. What I am going to do is I have to find out the expected return for the whole security, the average expected return. What I am going to do is I am going to sum it out for all these 7 variables, right? So this will be 0.02 plus 0.03 plus 0.1 plus, we can put the bracket, minus of 0.06, or else simply if we have put the bracket in this bracket simply signifies the negation point, right? Then is 0.02, then plus, we can put the bracket over here which signifies the negation point, right? Then is 0.04, and finally we get the answer as 0.02 plus 0.03 is 0.05, 0.05 plus 0.1 is 0.15, right? Then plus 0.02 plus 0.04 minus 0.06 minus 0.03. So the answer will be 0.12, or it will be 12%, right? So if the investor wants to invest in this type of security, the average expected return is 12%, right? Though we have 2 probabilities where we can expect the negative returns, but out of 7, if 5 turns out to be positive, so an investor can think about this investment, right? So I hope this topic is clear to you. So in the next video, we are going to understand about how to find the standard deviation for any of the securities or any of the investments. Till now, keep practicing the videos, and please leave the comments in the comments box in case you find any query about this topic. Thank you.